some people think that the Jews have been in Georgia since the first diaspora. You know, this is a very simple dish. All it needs is time. Today we're going to make Salyanka, a Georgian Jewish beef stew. Obviously, the peppers, tomatoes, tomato paste, and hot pepper are from about the 16th century when the New World met the Old World. So let's go. Okay, first we're going to put the meat in a pot. We're going to cover it, or almost cover it, with 3 cups of water and bring it to a boil. We're going to cook this for an hour and 15 minutes, but in about 15 minutes, the scum will come to the top and we're just going to skim it off. We're going to let this go and let's get the other vegetables prepared. We're using 2 onions. There are 5 cloves of garlic in this one. The first time I ever had Georgian food was in Tbilisi at the time that the Soviet Union was collapsing. I went there with a group of food writers, and I remember I left the group one night and had dinner at the Chazan, at the local synagogue in Tbilisi, and the food was so delicious. And I came back really wanting to taste more, but at that point, most of the Jews were no longer in Tbilisi, but they were in Jerusalem. So just last year, I was in Jerusalem. I went to a Racha, a new restaurant run by a brother and sister. These 2 young people, their dream was to open a restaurant sort of like a home in Jerusalem. And of course, it's kosher. And they have dancing there, and it really is like a home. Their parents are there. They gave me the recipes that night. I went in the kitchen with them that night, and everybody that I spoke to knew the recipes by heart. So it made it very easy for me to get this special recipe of the beef stew, which of course is served with rice. Let's just see what's going on here. See the scum that's accumulated? We're just going to get rid of it because it doesn't look very pretty in a dish. So we're going to let this roll for about another hour. While the meat is cooking, we're going to prepare the red peppers. In this particular recipe, I don't like them to be thin. They're almost going to melt, I guess. So I'm going to put the peppers in, and then I'm going to put the tomatoes in. You can smell the sweetness of these red peppers. It's so good. So this is going to cook for another 20 minutes. Smells so wonderful. 20 minutes have gone by, so let's put in the 2 onions, the garlic, and the tomato paste. We're stirring this in, and we're going to let it cook down for another hour. Stirring in the tomato paste. Again, notice we have not put in the spices yet, but stirring this. Then we're going to cover it and simmer it, not too quickly, for another hour. Just smells delicious. You can see the meat is really cooked down. It's very, very tender. I'm going to put salt. Don't forget there's been no salt in this, and of course it's kosher meat, so therefore it's salty. You might want to put a little bit more salt in, that's up to you. Here's pepper. And we're going to sprinkle some parsley in. The color is beautiful, red, green, and brown. I like to serve it over rice, but you can serve it over whatever you want. You can have potatoes with it. I think of stew as a winter dish, but it's not necessarily for the winter because of the peppers. You can serve it any time of year, and let me taste it. So good. We started in Georgia, thousands and thousands of miles away. We went across Europe, back to America. We had a stew with tomatoes and peppers, and it's really the same Jewish world all over the world. B'tei Avon.